everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I would like to tell you about how you can come to the US as a nanny through the au pair program and how you can stay in America afterward if you want. Also, I'll share with you some pros and cons of this program. Ready? Then let's go ahead and start, but before, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video if this subject is interesting to you. If you had a chance to watch my previous videos, you probably already know by now that I came to the US as a nanny, as an au pair. Only sometime during my 5th year of college, when I was in Russia, I realized that I really wanted to come to the United States, but it was a little bit too late for me to apply for the work and travel summer program that was really popular among students in Russia. So the only option for me that was left was to come as a nanny, about which I've never heard actually. I started researching what it was about, and I found out that all I needed was just some basic knowledge of spoken English, international driver's license, and the experience of working with kids, which I actually had enough of because I was studying to be a teacher. So I gathered all the documentations together and applied through the agency. And then I started waiting to hear back from the American families. So I really hoped that they would call my home phone, but it never happened. Just when I started giving up on this idea, I realized that I should have checked my email as well, which I didn't use that often back then. So I checked my email and found a few email letters from American families, which I lost the opportunity to work with, but I guess everything happens for a reason. So not long after, an American family that was living in the state of Pennsylvania contacted me through email. We had a quick call, we liked each other, and that was the moment when my adventurous American life started. So what are some things that I liked about this program, and why would I recommend this exact program if you are planning to come to the United States as an exchange student? First, there is security that upon your arrival in the United States, you will have a roof over your head, some food to eat, the source of income, and probably a car to drive as well. Because when families look for a nanny for their kids, they invest money, time, and a lot of other resources to this project. So they really approach this with full awareness and responsibility. That's why there's a very slim chance that you will be ditched when you come to the United States. Even if something happens upon your arrival, you will be assigned a project coordinator who will be able to help you with any kind of change of scenario. With, for example, work and travel program, there's really no such security because there were occasions where the person would receive a job offer from a potential employer in the United States. They would come to the country spending a lot of money for their travel ticket just to find out that they were abandoned. And most likely they would end up being left on the street without a place to live or a place to work at. I'm sure the agency that they signed up with would probably help the person to figure it all out. But imagine the stress that you would have to go through. You would just be left on the street. Hey guys, I had to continue the next day because yesterday it got really dark and I couldn't film anymore. Anyway, the second thing that I was amazed about the au pair program is that it was pretty affordable. All I had to pay was about $600, which is very little in comparison to some other student exchange programs. Most of the expenses are paid by the host family. Although keep in mind that the cost of the program may vary from country to country. For me, as the Russian citizen, it was $600. Whereas work and travel program, for example, usually varies somewhere between $1,400 to $1,600, which is more than double the price of what you would pay for the au pair program. 3, living conditions. Per the program policy, your host family is supposed to provide for you comfortable living conditions, including your own room, food, which, by the way, you can actually ask your host family to buy you some kind of specific foods or drinks that you prefer. In my case, when I was an au pair, once I asked my host mother to buy me a peach juice, which I really liked, but which wasn't very popular in America. And this poor woman somehow managed to find peach juice, I don't know where, and bring it for me. It wasn't what I was looking for because it just didn't taste good. It tasted very artificial, but I still appreciated her efforts. In addition to all of that, you may even have your own private bathroom. It all depends on how big the house is. 4. Per the program, your host family is supposed to sponsor 6-week non-credit college course for you. So, for example, in my case, I took an ESL course, which is English as a Second Language course, and preparation for TOEFL, which is test of English as a foreign language, which is again a plus because you can make money. Plus, you can learn a little bit how the American college system works and maybe look into applying for one eventually. 5. An opportunity to travel with no cost to you. Per the program, it's not required, but it is preferable that the host family takes their au pair to their travels. And in this sense, I actually got lucky because my host family really liked to travel. And upon my arrival, within a week, we went to Wisconsin to a wedding. Then we went to North Carolina, we went to California. We traveled quite a bit. And even in addition to out-of-state travels, my host family used to take me to a lot of different events that were going on around the local area where they used to live. 6. Health insurance paid by your host family, which you will soon realize is very, very essential in America because the medical services here are pretty costly, and even one doctor's visit may cost you a fortune, especially if it's something of an emergency. 7. Guaranteed weekly pay. I'll admit that by far it's not a lot at all, but it is enough to cover your own personal expenses given that your food and shelter are covered by your host family. And if you're frugal enough, then maybe you will even be able to save up something on the side. 8. This is a great opportunity for you to drastically improve your English because you will be exposed to an English-speaking environment and you'll only be speaking English 24/7. It's almost like hardcore English training, which probably you will not receive in any college in your own country. And finally, 9 would be probably the biggest value that you would receive from this program is just the life experience, which you will not be able to buy for any money. This program allows newly college graduates to start their own independent adult lives and make responsible decisions for themselves as well as for others. In this case, it would be the host kids. Furthermore, if you are planning on having your own kids eventually, this will be a good opportunity for you to learn how to raise kids, how to understand them, and how to get along with them. And believe me, there is a lot that you could learn from the way Americans raise their children. So here are your reasons to come as an au pair. And of course, there's really never a perfect scenario. And the au pair program wasn't an exception in this case either. So there were a couple of things that I wasn't really happy about when I was an au pair. First, even though I had my own room, meaning my own space, of which my host family, including the kids, were very respectful of, I still didn't feel 100% comfortable because I wasn't in my own space, in my own environment, because I used to live and work at the same place 24/7, right? And as soon as I would step out of my own room, I would step into their world, into their environment. And second was I really wasn't fond of the food that we used to eat at home. I'm sorry, but it just didn't taste good at all. But all in all, I think that I got really lucky with my host family because they were very good, very kind people, very honest people. But unfortunately, not every au pair gets lucky as I did, because there are cases when some host families may take advantage of their au pairs by asking them to clean the entire house, by asking them to cook for the family, and as well as working extra hours on the weekends, which sucks. Although this type of behavior is not supported by the program, that's why if the au pair complains, the program coordinator may be able to find another replacement family for him or her and resolve this issue that way. Now let's talk about the length of the program. Initially, the au pair comes to the United States for a year. The family and the au pair get to know each other, and if they like each other, then they may end up deciding to stay together for another 6, 9, or 12 months. This actually is financially beneficial for the family because they won't have to sponsor another foreign au pair to come to the US, as well as for the au pair because he or she may be able to feel the American free spirit for a little bit longer, right? After you are done with the program, after, I don't know, 1 year or 2 years of staying with the family, you still want to extend your stay in the US for a little longer, then probably the most optimal step for you after that would be applying for an American college. Just keep in mind that higher education here is also extremely expensive, just like medicine. That's why probably I would recommend first to apply for a local 2-year community college, and then if you want to continue your education further, you can transfer into the 4-year university or something like that. If college is not your thing, then you could probably apply for a tourist visa and stay in the US as a tourist. Or if you met someone special, then you could probably get married to that person. And I really hope that it would be for love, not for any other reason. That's all I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope that this video will be helpful for you in your decision to come to the US. If you still have any questions left, please feel free to type them in the comment section down below. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and good luck to you with all of your adventures in the US. And I will see you in my next videos.